And today I'm here with Abi Blakeslee, who's a friend and a colleague and someone with whom I'm partnering to offer a workshop, a training up in Montana called Advanced Somatic Resolution Skills for Perinatal Trauma. We're doing this in November. And I'm just here talking with Abi. Abi, would you like to say anything about our work together or yourself?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm delighted to be partnering with you, Kate. And I think we're offering a really unique and important workshop at this time. Um, I am based in Bozeman, Montana. So if you join us, you'll be coming into my new hometown, although I've been here for over a decade. Um, but we're really looking at bringing people's skills into a whole important range of really being able to work with the underlying somatic or embodied sequences and ways to begin to repair and to track the relational field between infants and caregivers. So one of the things that has led me into this is that I have a PhD in somatic and clinical psychology and a master's in counseling and depth psychology. I'm also a body worker. I've been teaching somatic experiencing for many years now. I'm also teaching for Dr. Peter Levine and his expert classes. And this somatic inquiry, or really looking at the body, the physiology, and some of the things that underlie really those pervasive patterns, we could call them, or repeating patterns that are so difficult for many of us that we get stuck in, is how to repair and renegotiate, but from that kind of instinctual level. So that's really my expertise, and we want to share our expertise with you all. And Kate, would you be willing to share a little bit more too about the workshop and your work?
Yes. So I am a body worker and a somatic therapist, somatic experiencing trained, but I have over 20 years training now in understanding our earliest patterns, like understanding the baby's experience and understanding the birth experience. So that's been my training, and I've studied with many of the master teacher trainers in that field and now have developed my own training. I train with a midwife. We integrate birth practices and understanding of birth and birth dynamics with understanding the baby's experience and practitioner role to be able to recognize patterns. And it's somatic skills. It's somatic, understanding the felt sense in our bodies. So you as practitioner learn how to be in the space with a family that's had a challenging birth, and you're able to recognize it, affirm the challenge, and be with families to help them reorient after these very challenging experiences where they're confused or they're hurt. And you can really learn to meet families there, help them put down their fears and their hurt places or their wounds, help them repair, help them heal. And then they go off into the world feeling more whole. And that, I feel like, is what Abi and I are trying to offer you, the professional. We're hoping to have perinatal professionals, somatic experiencing practitioners who already understand how to work with the felt sense and somatics, and to help you to begin to recognize birth patterns and what to do about it. So I'm very excited to be partnering with you, Abi, and to bring this more into our professional lives.
If you have a chance to look over some of the description of what we'll be teaching, thought we might take an opportunity to bring that to light here. So one of the things that we'll be looking at is working with a birthing timeline in relationship to the body. So it's not just the narrative, it's also kind of slowing down, dropping into the body. What are you noticing in your body right now? Is there anything that's incomplete that needs to complete? Are there any impulses? Is there any dysregulation that we could tend to take some time to, so that each member of the family, including the baby, gets a chance to work through some of the challenges and some of the successes as well, to really experience and to deepen into those during that birthing timeline. Is there anything that else you want to say there, Kate?
Well, we'll also be able to recognize the different things that happen during births. And there are ways, because of the trainings that Abi and I have been through, that we're able to bring more clear awareness about them for you. And you'll able to see and really help birthing families and naming all these things that can happen. And you're able to have then your somatic skills to help people, slow down, reorient, and then not only see the challenge, but also the gifts that can come during this really very vital, special, unique time in the lives of humans. So I feel like what we have to offer can really help clarify what happens here, and then how, like I said, to make repairs and have people heal.
And this really falls into some of the other categories, which I'll go a little more quickly through right now. But restoring primitive survival responses in overwhelming situations, working with medicalized birth trauma, and how important it is to do a lot of repair and renegotiation around those for everyone involved. We have another piece here around the shock, some shock patterns, and how incredibly helpful it is to address these early on in a family's life.
Yes.
You know, we can really see the restorative power of changing some of these, let's say, held imprints or survival physiology, and so that it's not kindled over and over again.
Yes.
We were just talking about transitional states in our family, our lives and our families, and how important it is to really renegotiate and then to stay present with as we move through other transitions later in life.
Yes. Yeah. And we'll be able to really meet the people who bring patterns that we recognize in other medical traumas, including the invasive feelings or assaults, or sometimes near-death experiences that can happen at births. And we can help couples and babies. We won't be able to do a complete baby training, but to help the whole family realize that they are alive, that they've made it through, and they can put down these difficult things and they can integrate them and become stronger.
Yeah, and you just mentioned some of the other things that we'll be talking about: renegotiating experiences of birth-related attack, assault dynamics,
Yes.
Treating near-death experience, injury and recovery. And then this other piece, really, which is that celebrating the joy of birthing and becoming. And, you know, that's something that we'll find throughout. And then we'll also continue to sort of facilitate the growth of where that life energy, where the expansion, where the attunement and the security really, really unfold. And as you learn to pay attention, you'll be able to name it, see it, and then deepen it with the families that you're working with. And then also this repairing the relationship to the essential self, supportive other, and the world.
Yeah. And that's also for you, practitioner, too. So we're offering this in Montana, in Bozeman. It's November the 11th to the 14th. It's an in-person training, and we look forward to seeing you there.
It's a beautiful town. Come on out. Hope to see you.
All information about being able to register is going to be linked to this video, so please send any questions, and we'll see you soon.